The Adirondack Ranger Rescue Report comes out every Wednesday, and it's become hugely popular. Some of it is rubbernecking, I think, but it's also people taking notes and learning lessons to be prepared out in the wilderness, and just the amazing feats of bravery of the Rangers themselves. But the stories of the people helped or saved mostly go untold. They're anonymous, and most want to stay that way. One woman whose partner got airlifted and saved over the weekend wanted to speak out. We find out why on today's Story of the Day.
Support for Story of the Day comes from Morja Wealth Management, serving the North Country for 3 generations. MorjaWM.com. Securities offered through Hightower Securities, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Hightower is an SEC-registered investment advisor. And Kinney Drugs, now offering specialized home medical equipment and supplies. Learn more at kinneyhomecare.com.
Hey, I'm David Sommerstein. It's Tuesday, February 18th. First up. Yesterday was President's Day and George Washington's birthday. And across the United States, people gathered in major cities to protest what organizers called, quote, the anti-democratic and illegal actions of the Trump administration. Here in the North Country, a similar but smaller protest took shape in Elizabethtown. Amy Feiereisel reports.
Oh, man, what a great turnout. Thank you.
It was a brutally cold and windy day yesterday, just hours after the biggest snowstorm of the year. Still, about 100 people gathered in front of the old county courthouse in Elizabethtown, the seat of Essex County. Tom Duca was one of the impromptu organizers.
For the past few months, people have been very afraid and feeling kind of demoralized about this current administration. And we thought that it was time that we did something in a public setting.
People came here because they're concerned about President Donald Trump's executive orders, what they called executive overreach, including a federal funding freeze and the actions of presidential advisor Elon Musk. They were holding signs that said, "No one elected Musk," and "Government, by the rich, for the rich." 62-year-old Catherine Kramer from Westport was wearing a sign that said, "Trump is so weak he sold out America to his biggest donor."
I'm really concerned about the dismantling of our government that's going on under Elon Musk. No one elected him. This is not anything like the two-party system that we are supposed to have. This is some kind of, imperial gangsterism.
Since Trump's second term began a month ago, many Democrats and progressives have been somewhat shell-shocked and divided on how best to confront this administration. Carrie Johnson from Voters for Change in Saranac Lake told the crowd that America's democracy depends on everyday people showing up, speaking out, and refusing to be ignored.
Think about it. The right to vote, the right to organize, the right to breathe clean air, drink safe water, earn a fair wage. None of that are things that were given away freely. They were all fought for, and they were won by people who stood together and refused to back down.
Public reactions to the protest were mixed. Some people honked in support. Others rolled down their windows and yelled things like, "Trump forever." Essex County is the one county in northern New York that swung Democratic in the 2024 election, but just barely. Kamala Harris got 50.3% of the vote. Elisa Ensley of Westport urged the crowd to remember that the working class is a lot bigger than the billionaire class.
There are more of us than them. There are more of us than them. And the other side has commandeered the word patriot. And I think it is time for us to take that word back.
Ensley cued the crowd.
Once a singer, always a singer, so I have a pitch pipe.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
People waved large American flags as the group sang the entire Star-Spangled Banner. Amy Feiereisel, North Country Public Radio in Elizabethtown.
A Canadian man in his mid-50s had to be airlifted out of the Adirondack high peaks last Saturday. The man was climbing up Phelps Mountain when he started experiencing severe cramps, partly due to dehydration. He's recovering at home in Quebec now. After Saturday's incident, the man's partner, Marianne Tremblay, posted about the rescue publicly on Facebook. She was hiking with them that day and was the one who called forest rangers for help. Tremblay spoke with our Adirondack reporter, Emily Russell, about the rescue and why she's chosen to talk publicly about the experience.
We were at the Heart Lake Lodge aiming for Phelps Mountain with plans to head home before the storm that arrived later that night. So we started the hike. Everything was doing great. About 500 meters from the summit, my partner started feeling extremely fatigued. So we decided my son and his friend could continue to the summit while we stay in contact with radio, and my partner and I stopped for a rest and have lunch. My partner was unable to eat or drink and started feeling nauseous, so we decided to begin our descent slowly while my son and his friend were making their way back to us. However, after descending about 100 feet, he developed a severe cramps in his legs, which soon spread to his internal organs as well, which left him unable to stand or walk at all. So despite trying to drink water, he began vomiting and started to panic, saying couldn't make it down the mountain. So that's when I knew we needed help.
And what was your experience with the forest rangers once you had made contact with them?
The rangers were incredibly calm, patient, and so professional. I was on the phone with Robert for quite some time, trying to pinpoint our exact location.
And is that Ranger Rob Projacolo you're talking about?
Yes, it is. So he reassured me while I focused on keeping my husband warm. Once he had a good understanding of our position, we ended the call, and about 2 hours later, we heard the helicopter. So the helicopter team was really efficient from spotting us to maneuver to drop off one of their rangers to assist us. This young ranger reached us quickly and acted with remarkable calm and precision. Like he was preparing my husband for evacuation, and within minutes he was out of there. So that was a really nice experience with him.
So you wrote about this, you posted about your experience publicly on a Facebook group, an Adirondack Facebook group. Why did you feel it was important to share the details of that rescue?
Well, we really wanted to express our deep gratitude to everyone who stopped to help that day. Those who offered a sleeping bag, warm clothing, drinks, food. My husband was truly moved by the kindness of strangers, and we felt it was important to say thank you since we didn't have the names or contact details, obviously, of everyone who helped. Social media allows us to reach out and hopefully connect with some of them. So beyond that, I also believe that in sharing not only just difficult moments, but also positive ones. This could have ended much differently, but thanks to incredible hikers and rangers we met that day, it became a story of generosity, resilience, and teamwork. So these people deserve to be recognized and celebrated.
People can sometimes be critical of those who need to be rescued by rangers. You know, a lot of time and effort and risk goes into rescuing hikers out in the wilderness, especially during the winter time. What has the response been?
Oh, the hiking community is truly one of the most supportive and caring groups I've ever been part of. Those people who hike regularly understand that no matter how well prepared you are, unexpected situation can arise, and we've received so many kind messages filled with relief, support, and encouragement. It's been really heartwarming to feel that sense of community and understanding.
And how is your partner doing now? And how are you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. He's still in shock a bit, like rethinking of everything that went through during the day. But he's physically a little bit sore, but doing well, and he's still going through some tests to verify that everything is okay, also medically. So we're relaxing and making sure we're both recuperating carefully.
That was Marianne Tremblay. Her partner had to be airlifted off Phelps Mountain, the Adirondacks, on Saturday after experiencing severe cramps, in part due to dehydration. She spoke with Emily Russell. We have more news all the time at ncpr.org. Music today by Evan Veenstra of Gananoque, Ontario, and Michael Hart and Ramon Vasquez of Malone. I'm David Summerstein, North Country Public Radio.